Hi there, I'm Tom and I've just finished studying for a month at the L'Atelier Neuf language school in Paris. So the school itself is right by Carré Metro and it's in an old converted flat, but it's not fully converted because you come into like what definitely feels like an entrance hall, but then you go through into like the living room and the bedroom and they still kind of feel a bit like that. And some people have lessons in the kitchen, which is still very much a kitchen. So it's quite nice. It has a cool like homely feel and you do feel like you're going to someone's flat to learn French, albeit quite a big flat with like 4 or 5 classrooms in. So the teaching itself, let's talk about the teaching. And the first thing to say is that it is entirely in French. When I walked in on the first day, they were immediately speaking French, even with the complete beginners, which is what I was. The tuition being 100% in French was fantastic for immersion, fantastic for helping me really get into it straight away. And I thought that was a really good thing to do. So a typical lesson tends to be introducing a new grammar topic, working it through, understanding all the implications of it, then quite naturally lead into a group conversation. So we would learn how to explain your likes and dislikes, and then that would straight away turn into a group conversation where we would all talk about the things that we like doing on the weekend or with our friends. And that was really good because conversation is so important. It's very grammar focused, which may be because I was starting out as a complete beginner. Vocab seemed to be something that we would pick up as we went along through the content of exercises rather than something that we were explicitly taught. And that makes sense because you really want to get the grammar in first. So I think they approached it in the right way. So overall, I was at the school for 4 weeks and we covered so much stuff. In fact, let me get my notebook. So we covered the key conjugations of avoir, être. We spoke about demonstrative pronouns, possessive adjectives, passé composé, future poche, imparfait, imperative, negation. So a lot of stuff in just 4 weeks. And if you want to see the level of French that I got to at those 4 weeks, actually, if you click up here, then there's a video that I did immediately after I finished my class where I talked about the 4 weeks I'd spent in Paris and what I did and what me and my friends got up to. And I did that video 100% in French, and it was only using the French that I had learned during that month. So the next thing I want to talk about is the extracurricular activities at the school and the general feel of being at the school. Now, to do the second thing first, it does feel a little bit dated. You might be able to see from the shots that I've already shown you from inside that the decoration is a little bit old. The furniture and the chairs and stuff generally in the room feels a bit dated and is actually genuinely a little bit uncomfortable to sit on. Now, these may seem like very, very nitpicky points, but it is a little bit frustrating when you're constantly doing this because they're not very comfortable. So I would love to see them just give the whole place a lick of paint and buy some new chairs, guys. That would make a big difference to the sort of general quality of life. But back to the extracurricular stuff, where I have a bit more of a problem with it. When I've studied German at the Goethe Institute in Berlin or Hamburg, almost every day there's something that they're doing, whether it's taking you out to the cinema or going out for dinner or something like that. And it's all self-funded, so the school isn't paying for me to go to the cinema, but they are organising for all the attendees of the school to go together. And I really wish that L'Atelier Neuf did that, because all that they organise is once a week lectures on a given subject. It's not sociable and it does feel a bit like an extra lesson that you're just sort of being dictated at, rather than something interactive, fun, outside of class to like help with making friends. So let me wrap up and I'll come back to the price as well, because I've mentioned that it cost me 920 euros for my 4 weeks at L'Atelier Neuf, and that's 20 hours of lessons per week, so 4 hours a day. And overall, I'm pretty happy with paying that amount of money. I understand that we're in Paris and that the rent must be outrageous and the staff costs must be really high, but I would have rather paid 920 euros and had a really nice shop fit, really nice furniture, and more extracurricular activities. That would have been quite important. So in conclusion, I give the location 4 stars, I give the teaching 4 stars, I give the extracurricular and the general feel of the place, unfortunately only 2 stars, and for price I give it a sort of reluctant 4 stars, call it 3.5 stars I think. So overall, I would summarise at 4 stars for L'Atelier Neuf. I would totally recommend it to somebody else to go to, which I think is the important thing. I would say if you're going to Paris, it's a great school to end up in, and you'll enjoy yourself and you will learn a lot. Okay, thank you so much for watching my review. If you don't know who I am, my name's Tom, and I am currently travelling around France and the Middle East learning French and Arabic. I'm going to be on the road for about 12 months learning languages, and I do a vlog all the time about what I get up to, talk about what I've learned and how my experiences have gone, and a bunch of different languagey related things. So if you're interested, then do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. But for now, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers!